Hello and welcome to Vikram Loves to Freelance. Now, crafting an Elance proposal smartly. This is something very important. Taking on from my last video wherein I spoke about the importance of your proposal on Elance, it's extremely important that you craft your proposal very smartly. And it starts right from the beginning. Little things can actually make, small things can actually make such a big difference. For instance, the way you actually address the prospective client. Often I have seen that when clients are from, say, a particular country, say, especially if the client is, say, non-US, say from a European country, why don't you try and address that client in his or her native language? Trust me, it makes a lot of difference. I have won a lot of Israeli projects or projects from clients in Israel. I address them a simple shalom and that's it. That there's a certain connect. There's Nelson Mandela had once said that when you speak to somebody in your language, you speak from your mind. You speak to their mind. But when you speak to somebody in their language, you speak to their heart. So that is the kind of difference that you're able to bring in. So why not try and obviously you won't know everything in their language, but a simple, say, a greeting and a thank you at the end, that can definitely be done in their native language. So that is something, a smart way of establishing a connect with a prospective client can be through the way you introduce yourself and the way you kind of conclude. And in between also, on Elance, it's not often easy to figure out the real names of clients. You A smart way of figuring out names of clients is to look at their past feedback. If you go onto their profile page, agreed that Elance actually discourages clients being addressed by their real name, or you may not even find it there. In those cases, I'm not saying that you definitely have to, then you might as well address them by their username. But sometimes their names are mentioned, say, on the client profile. They're mentioned in some odd feedback, maybe out of 10 or 20 different feedbacks which the client has received, one of them has the client's name actually mentioned. So that's a smart way of picking up the client's real name and then addressing the client that way in the proposal. So that again, establishing a personal connect, that is so important. So that's something, again, a smart way of framing out your, structuring out your proposal. And I'll continue with that in my next video. Cheers.